Hey guys, what's up? I've got another video for you. This one is a kill confirmed. It looks like on, well, I don't even know the name of the map yet, do I? Anyway, I go like 37-5. It's a really good game. And I'm going to talk today about, I guess, the secret to being good at video games. There is a sure way to guarantee that you will get better at every video game ever. Not really. That doesn't actually exist. But there are some things you can do that don't require practicing a ton or just being really naturally good. And I don't want to suggest that you need to buy things, of course, but I'm going to talk about some things that I play with, things that I bought that improve my gameplay. First of all, being a headset, right? Now, I'm sure most of us play on a TV, and the TV speakers are what we listen to the game through. And nobody puts a lot of thought into listening to a game because how much of a difference does it really make, right? Well, what most people don't realize is how much work the Infinity Ward guys put into sound in these games. The sound in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 are both absolutely incredible, and I use a headset and get kills because of that all the time. If you notice, if I turned up the game volume, you would notice when I run through this little trailer behind me, you hear my footsteps really, really loud and clear. It sounds like I'm running on metal, and you can hear through the TVs. But if you've got a headset, it'll play through your stereo. It'll play stereo, right, in both ears, left and right, and you can hear if enemies are coming from either direction. Now the problem with this is you're going to hear your teammates' footsteps too, and that's something you've just got to adjust to. You'll use your map a lot more. You'll hear somebody, you'll check the map, and if you see your green arrow, okay, I'm safe. And if you don't, an enemy's coming from over there, and it's going to save your butt a lot of the time. So I definitely recommend those. Also, most of the gaming headsets anyway have microphones in them, so the chat in those are much more clear than the ones that you can buy from Xbox. So I definitely recommend those. And if you don't have that, if you don't have the money to go buy a headset, you can buy really any normal pair of headphones, and a lot of TVs now have audio outputs from like a CD player. Just any kind of headphone will work. And while you won't get stereo out of it, you'll still hear the game a ton better. So I definitely recommend doing that if you can. And then what I've done is gone into my settings and made sure that I had the chat playing through the TV instead of just through the headset. So it ended up playing through the headphones I was wearing, and then I would put the Xbox microphone around my neck, and I was able to play with headphones and still communicate with teammates, which worked out really, really well for a long time until I broke down and bought a pair of Turtle Beach headsets. Definitely recommend going to their site. They're not as expensive as you might think, so definitely go and check those out. Another thing that I bought that are really, really cheap are control freaks. Now, what these are, they're little extensions that go on the end of your controller, and they make your joystick about twice as long. So I'm sure you've heard of people increasing their sensitivity so they move faster, and they're able to lock on target faster. However, if you talk to a lot of programmers, what you're going to find out is they usually play on 3 sensitivity. They don't bump up their sensitivity because it makes it so much harder to aim right. It's faster, but you miss a lot more. And since this game is such a fast-paced game, you've got to make sure you're always on target, and you're on target as fast as you can. So what we do is we buy these control freaks. Now we don't have to increase sensitivity, but we can move a lot farther and faster with our joystick because we're increasing the leverage. We're adding more length to the stick, so we have to move our thumb less to make the cursor go farther. And it doesn't sound like it makes that much of a difference, and it's really, really difficult to get used to when you first start doing it. It took me days to start playing with these, and my friends try and pick up my controller, and they absolutely hate it. But I've gotten used to them now, and I absolutely love them. It's really like playing with a higher sensitivity without it being harder to aim. So that really, really, really helps my gameplay. I'm able to lock onto targets faster. I find myself faster than my enemies, and it's a really good deal because I think I bought mine for like $13. They were really cheap, including shipping, and they came here in probably less than 5 days. It was a great deal, and I definitely recommend it. Next, I want to talk about HDMI cables. Every Xbox nowadays has HDMI ports on the back. So you definitely want to look into, buying a cable and making sure you have a TV that has an HDMI input. Now, I know that it's mainly newer TVs that have these, but I'm willing to bet several of you have HDMI inputs. And if you're playing on component cables, it's not terrible, but you plug in an HDMI and turn on your Xbox, and that first opening when it just does the Xbox logo popping up in the green and white banners wrapping around it. You'll be absolutely amazed by how much better it looks. It's so crisp, and you'll notice Call of Duty runs on 60 frames per second, which is about twice what every other video game on the console runs at about 30 or 32 maybe. And playing with component cables just doesn't do the game justice. It plays so much smoother on HDMI, and you'll probably notice that I have to record in standard definition. So if I do live comms, I have to play with my component cable, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Now, I love doing live comms. I'll do them all the time because I think they're fun to watch. I think they're good videos, and I really enjoy sharing those, but it drives me nuts when I have to play on that. I really, really miss my HDMI cable as soon as I unplug it. So I definitely recommend one of those. It is probably the first thing I would buy if you were going to buy something. You can be gotten really cheap too. You can buy them at Walmart for probably less than $10. They're really, really good investments, and they're probably the easiest to get a hold of. Now, the others, yeah, I think the Turtle Beaches you can buy at Best Buy now, even at GameStops. They're going to run anywhere probably from 60 to, I mean, they've got them for hundreds of dollars if you want to get a wireless one. But really, I bought, I think, the basic one for, no, maybe not the basic, but the second one up. It was $80, and I absolutely love it. I totally recommend it. The Control Freaks are very, very cheap. They ship fast, and those are another thing I recommend. But I understand that getting things shipped to a house can't always be easy, especially paying for things online. But those HDMI cables, you can buy them at Walmart, and I definitely recommend them. They are so much fun to play with, and they make your screen look so much better. And it looks like that's the end of this. I got the final kill even, and it says my KD is 37-5, so a pretty good gameplay. I'm pretty happy with that. And stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to bring you some more stuff. Alright, that was today's video. If you missed the last video, it was a live comm survival game on Dome. I was playing with Bradford91, and I think we went like 20-some rounds or something. And I talked a little bit about that game mode, so if you want to take a look at that, check that out. I would definitely appreciate it. Like or fave if you want to. Thanks, guys. Bye.